Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. Let's get it, baby. Hope you're feeling incredible this morning. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration coach. I'm a self-esteem development expert, starting with my own. And our whole goal every single morning is to give you exactly what you need as an entrepreneur to go further, faster, with less effort. Sometimes we focus in on mindset. Sometimes we focus in on skill set. Sometimes we're focusing on heart set. But regardless, you can rest assured if you show up here with us every morning at 7:30 a.m., or if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, or if you join the email list, or if you join the text message system, regardless, you're going to start to be more and more equipped to conquer these trials and tribulations that are coming before your triumph. You know, this morning we're talking about something that I think can help everybody out. So even if you're watching a replay, do yourself a favor, schedule some harvest for yourself by planting some seeds. What am I saying? I'm saying share this with somebody. Make sure you share this with somebody. Like, comment, share this thing. Give us a replay, gang, if you're watching the replay. My name is Haziq Ali, and I'm about to call in on the live line. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Rep your city, too. Let them know where you're from. We want to know where we got family at and all of that. Let's go. Let's go.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out of you.
Let's go! Let's go!
Thank you. Please announce yourself.
All right. Let's go.
All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope you're feeling good this morning. My name is Haziq Ali, and I'm somebody who believes you can change your whole life just by changing your attitude. I believe you can change your whole future just by changing your attitude. That should be the first thing you type in the comments this morning. That should be your first note you take this morning. I'm going to get back to it in a minute. But I just want you to contemplate that this morning because check it out. It's true. One of the greatest discoveries of all human history is that you can change your future just by changing your attitude. Is that crazy? You can change your future just by changing your attitude towards your spouse, just by changing your attitudes towards your goals, just by changing your attitude towards your coworkers or your management team. Just by changing your attitude towards your children, just by changing your attitude towards your mom or your dad, just by changing your attitude towards your siblings, your neighbors. Do you get what I'm saying to you? You can change your entire life just by changing your attitude. I want you to contemplate that this morning. Can somebody give me that in the comments? You can change your future by changing your attitude. Let's get it. What's up, Yolanda? Good morning, Queen. What's up, Brandy? Let's go. Let's go. What's up, Crystal? Okay, now we getting it in. What's up, Tanisha? Good morning. Good morning. Let them know where you're from. What's up, Yuli? Let them know where you're from. Let them know where you're from. Where you checking in from Twitter, or you checking in from Facebook, or you checking in from one of the Facebook groups, or you checking in from LinkedIn. Regardless, we with you. I'm really glad that you're here this morning. Here's what I need from everybody. Yeah, Cindy, good morning. Here's what I need from everybody, right? Right now, what I want you to do is tell me a little something about what is a skill that you wish you had? What is a skill that you want to work on? Can I see a couple examples inside the comments? Because this morning, what we're going to talk about is 4 ways that virtually anyone can learn any skill more effectively. How virtually anybody can learn any skill a lot quicker. And if it's not learning a skill, it's improving a skill. But let me see it in the comments right now. What are some skills that you think if you knew them more effectively, you would have a lot more impactful of a life? You would have a larger life. You would have a larger bank account. You would have a larger level of impact, not just income, but impact. What's a skill that's holding you back, millionaires? Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Okay, my man Carvel said sales and closing is a skill that he wants to be more effective at. Okay. Crystal said conversation with teens, to be able to listen to what is obviously BS without giving up a reaction. So I feel like Crystal is talking about, hold up, emotional intelligence. Hey, Crystal, remind me, and I'm going to send you the feeling wheel so you know how you're really feeling. You know, most people only have 3 choices, mad, sad, or happy, but they're like 80 emotions, you know? So yeah, we'll get to that. What else? What are some other skills that you want to get better at? Yolanda said the gift of gab. Cindy was like, she wants to work on a skill of learning other languages. Anybody else? What is a skill that if you had that skill by this time next year, your whole life would be different? If you were just really good at this one skill. Because isn't it true, okay, that as long as we don't know the thing that we know could help us, that lack of knowledge is what's holding us back? Is that true? Is that true or true, y'all? Let's go. Is that true or true? Tanisha said she wants to work on sales, closing, her consistency. Naraya's like she wants to work on her public speaking skills. Come on, y'all. This is important because before I can tell you how to improve the skill and it be as effective as it can be, I need to know what skill it is. But more importantly, you need to know what skill it is you're looking to improve. Does that make sense? And you know, Tanisha wants to make it clear to everybody, consistency is the main one. Consistency is the main one. So even if you're watching a replay, I challenge you to put a skill in the comments wherever you're checking us out that you want to improve. Why? Because that is literally part of the process I'm going to break down to you in a minute. I know you got big dreams that ignite your soul. I know you want to live those dreams today. But I also know you recognize maybe you ain't equipped with some of the skills you'll need to get to those dreams, right? You need to get better, right? You need to learn new skills. You need to get better at some of the skills you're already sort of utilizing. You need to take your abilities to the next level. You need to make sure that you're beating your PR, your personal records, right? You need to make sure that you're taking up that writing skill or that speaking skill. You need to make sure you're taking up your skills of empathy. You need to make sure you're a better presenter. Maybe you want to work on your closing ability. Maybe you want to work on a skill that you use to create rapport with people. Maybe you want to work on a skill you use to make new friends and have more influence. Maybe you want to work on your rapport. Maybe you want to work on being able to tell 1-minute stories. Maybe you want to work on that 2-minute story that we teach you can learn about any kind of business idea. Maybe you want to learn on the skill. Maybe you want to work on the skill of creating strategic alliances. Maybe your Achilles heel is the skill of being able to get more organized or lay out better plans for your staff or for your virtual assistants. What is the skill that you know would help you pay some bills and buy some buildings? I dare you write it down in your notes, because here's what I know. The faster you learn these skills, the faster you're going to be able to achieve your dreams. Does that make sense to somebody out there? Somebody type that in for me. Faster you learn the skills, faster you get to the dream. Let's go. Faster you learn the skill, faster you get to the dream. Can somebody type that in for me? I want to make sure y'all awake now. Faster you learn the skill, faster you get to your dream. Now, I know you got some dreams out there. You wouldn't even be in a place like this. You wouldn't be watching a morning show like this if you didn't have a dream. I dare you acknowledge that dream. Somebody type it in for me. Faster you get to that skill, faster you get to that dream. You hear me? The faster you learn that skill, the faster you get to that dream. You hear what I'm saying to you? Faster you get to that dream house, faster you get to that dream vacation, faster you get to that dream lifestyle. Only thing holding you back is the skill. That's right, Greg. Faster you learn the skill, faster you get to the dream. Let's go. Faster you learn the skill, Desiree, the faster you're going to get to the dream. That's exactly right, D Money. The faster you learn the skill, the faster you'll get to that dream. Hey, Joseph, hit me up, bro. I need to I got a pad customer for you, bro. My man Joseph do notary, and he sells pads. That's why you see this. It's his avatar. So any of you ladies that need help with your your monthly visitor, you might want to holler him. But yeah, that's right, Yolanda. The faster you learn the skill, the faster you get to that dream. Yeah, Samaya, the faster you learn the skill, faster you get to that dream. That's right, Joseph. That's right, Joseph. Faster to learn the skill, faster you get to your dream. Joseph, like, don't put me up there looking like I'm developmentally challenged. I could type the whole sentence. Good job, Joseph. Okay, Tanisha, with the notary skills. That's why in the beginning I said, rep your city. What kind of business do you have? How does it help people? All right, y'all. But somebody say the faster you learn the skill, the faster you'll get to the dream. And then give me a share. Give me a share. Let's go. Give me a share right now. The faster you learn the skill, the faster you get to that dream. And then give me a share. So what I'm about to do right now is give you 4 essential steps, man, that will help you learn or improve any skill you can imagine. Here's the first one. Write it down. Here's the first one. Write it down. Yeah, JG. Let's go. My man JG in the house. We rocking now. Let's go. Yeah, Daryl. The faster you want your skill, the faster you'll get to your dream. That's it. And he said want, but he means learn. The faster you learn the skill, the faster you'll get to that dream. All right, so here's the first one. Everybody write this down. Know your why. Know your why. That's why I had you write out what kind of skill you actually want to get better at before we even started this training. How many of you agree that now that you've kind of thrown it out there, what you want to get better at, this resonates a little deeper with you? Because you know your why. Even if it's not some big, deep why, even if it's not a 3 levels deep why, you know, where you go, well, why is that important? You know, okay, well, why is that important? Okay, now why is that important? And then you'll finally get to the real why, the real root of the issue. Like if I ask you, why are you doing this business? Whatever kind of business you do. And then you say, oh, well, I'm doing this so I can make some money. And then I say, well, why is that important? Oh, because I want to take care of my mom. Well, why is that important? Because when I was younger, I saw her deal with these men that didn't really seem to have her back. And I always said to myself that I'm going to be the man in her life that shows her what dependability and consistency and God's love looks like. Okay, well, see, now we done found your real why. Can you imagine moseying around, you know, meandering through life and not being clear that that's why I'm doing what I do? Can you imagine? Listen, you got to know your why. Am I making sense to somebody out there? You got to know your why. What you aim at determines what you're going to see. Maybe you should write that down in your notes. Y'all hear me say that all the time. It's one of them Hazik-isms, right? You know, you'll hear me say it a bunch more because it's true. What you aim at determines what you see. Know your why. You know, a lot of people say, well, my why is money. What you mean, fool? I'm trying to make some money. Do you know money is a really weak why? It's weak, man. It's too surface level. It's too shallow. I give you an example, right? Let's say there's a burning building, you know, and up 30 stories. You see the person you love the most. You know, if this was a presentation, then I'd say, picture the person you love the most. Maybe it's your mom, maybe it's your daughter, maybe it's your dad, maybe it's your son, maybe it's your brother, maybe it's your lover, maybe it's your sister, maybe it's a mister. You know what I mean? But my point is, picture the person you love the most. Everybody got it in their head? I'm about to show you how a why is really important. Picture who you love the most. All right? Now imagine they're in a burning building 30 stories up. They're in a burning building 30 stories up. Now, oh, I messed this whole thing up. All right, scratch all that from your head. Here's what I was going to say. Let's say that you're on the roof of one building. You're 30 stories up. It's raining and everything, you know. And then somebody says, would you walk across this 2x4 for $100,000? You look down there and you're like, most people are going to be like, nah, I ain't doing that. A couple of y'all going to be like, get rich or die trying, let's go, right? But most of y'all going to be like, no, I'm not doing that. Cool. But now imagine the person you love the most is in that building, and the only way they can escape being burned to death, because the building's on fire. There's flames licking out the windows. The only way that person you love the most can get across this board is get across this thing to this other rooftop is with your help. Now, who's not going? You see what I mean? None of us would go for the money, but all of us would go for our loved one. That's a clue. That's a clue, y'all. Not only is your why turned to emotions, Dr. Gabe, but also your why is a lot of times tied into people you have emotions for. A lot of times your why has to do with people you love. Know your why. Millionaires, once you off track and you don't know what it is that you've been pursuing, you ain't going to have a compelling reason to get back on track again. But when you know your why, you're all of a sudden motivated to take action. You're all of a sudden motivated to persevere through the roadblocks. It's too easy to get pushed off course by all the crap that can go wrong if you don't have your why. Am I making sense to somebody? The more captivating your whys are, the stronger their gravitational pull is going to be towards your goal. A mediocre why is going to be wanting to make money. Right? You going to work every day because you want to make money, but you don't know what you want to do with the extra money. That's too lame. You need to know you want that promotion because you want to buy a house, right? You want to know you want that promotion because you're looking to take your children to, overseas on their first overseas trip. You said to yourself, first time my children go overseas, it's going to be with me. I dare you. All right. In the words of Henry Ford, thinking is probably the hardest work there is, and that's probably why so few people engage in it. Most of you, even though you are cream of the crop, you're the type of people that would tune into something like this every morning, right? I know you're different. In your family, in your circle, you're the leader. I get it. Do you know most of us don't even think? Imagine them. Most of us rarely sit and think. I dare you add that to your skill set, yo. I dare you add thinking to your habits. I dare you sit down and think about your why. Why are you going so hard at what it is you're working on? Okay, here's the second one. A winning attitude. A winning attitude. Somebody give it to me in the comments. Number 2 is a winning attitude. So if the first one is know your why, the second one is cultivate a winning attitude. I told you in the beginning that one of the greatest discoveries in human history is that you can change your future just by changing your attitude. Listen to me. Learning new skills is difficult. There's a learning curve you're always going to have to go through before you get good. And while you're improving, a lot of the time you spending time outside your comfort zone, right? This is where you hear us say the adage all the time that there's no growth in the comfort zone, but there's also no comfort in the growth zone. As you're growing, you're also not going to be comfortable. Listen to me. Somebody write this down in the comments. You can't get better and look good at the same time. Write that down. That might be my Facebook post for this morning. You can't get better and look good at the same time. You're going to have to pick what God you're praying to. Either you praying to the God of vanity or you praying to the one that's going to boost your self-esteem. Either you're working on the things that will make you look good and boost your ego, or you're working on the things that will boost your inner sense of self-worth because you know you're actually getting better. How is your attitude, millionaire? If you're going to add a new skill to your toolbox, you're going to have to accept you're going to be horrible for a while. Every master starts off as a disaster. Somebody hear me. And the main element that you have in a winning attitude is that you begin to embrace these failures as a natural part of the learning process. Yeah, give it to me, Joel. You can't get better and look good at the same time. That's right. You can't get better and look good at the same time. Somebody give it to me and then give me a share. You can't get better and look good at the same time. It's impossible. You can't get better and look good at the same time. And then here's the other thing that I want you to capture. I want you to realize that most people believe that failure is a step away from their goal. What I'm telling you is that when you have a winning attitude, when you decide to embrace failures and reframe them as a natural part of the learning process, all of a sudden, failures become a step towards your goal instead of a step back. The ability for you to stay grateful, even within the storm, is the exact same ability that bends nature to your will. If you can stay grateful, even in the storm, that's going to give you an edge that you cannot duplicate anywhere else. I'm telling you. Here's the third one I got for you, y'all. Here's the third one I got for you. Yeah, let them know, Dr. Monet. Let them know. Here's the third one I got for you, y'all. Develop a roadmap. Develop a roadmap. Develop a roadmap. Let's go, Samaya. Develop a roadmap. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? That's right, Dennis. Failure ain't fatal. Failure ain't fatal. Somebody give it to me. Develop a roadmap. That's number 3. That's number 3. Because once you have the motivators and once you have the mindset, now all you need is some effort, baby. Now you needed some effort. You got the mindset, right? You have the motive. You know why you're doing it. Now we just need a roadmap. It's time to know where we're going. It's time to write down kind of like this guidepost. How long is it going to take me to learn this new skill? Ali is right. I need to learn this closing thing. I've been saying to myself, I'm not good at closing for a little bit too long. All right. So when do I want to have this closing skill down? How will I know I've gotten good at closing? Like, what are the markers along the way that'll let me know that I'm getting better? How am I measuring my skill? Okay, well, maybe I do a ratio or something. Hey, last week I talked to 10 people and I only closed 1 of them. This week I'm going to try to close 2. This week I'm going to try to close 3. What do you do on a daily basis to ensure you're making enough progress? This is a real question for you, because if you've ever taken my class on habits, you've seen me kind of talk about how mastery is always just at a place along the repetition scale. If I suck, I'm probably closer to 0 repetitions. And if I become a master, I'm probably closer to 100 repetitions or 500 repetitions or 1,000 repetitions. You get what I mean? If I suck, I'm close to 0 repetitions. But if I'm good, I'm closer to 10 or 20 or 50 or 100. Mastery is just somewhere along the line of the repetition scale. Does that make sense, y'all? So you got to develop a roadmap, right? Your plan is going to answer all these questions that you're thinking of, right? Like, how long is it going to take me to learn a new skill? What are the markers along the way that'll let me know I'm making progress? What do I have to do on a daily basis to make sure I'm making enough progress? Your plan is going to answer all of this. It's like your GPS, your God positioning system that's going to guide you in the long term, not just the short term. Am I making sense? It tells you when you need to recalibrate and get back on track. You got a roadmap, baby. It tells you where you are and how far you need to go. It removes the uncertainty. It reduces the risk. The more time you spend sharpening your axe, the quicker you can knock down the tree. I think it's John Wooden that said, every minute you spend in planning saves 10 in execution. But here's some of the major things you need to put in your plan. You with me? The number one thing you need in your plan is what you're going to do if you mess up, right? How can this go wrong if I'm my normal self? Okay, I'm trying to learn this skill of meeting new people, right? And piquing their interest. I want to learn piquing interest, right? Okay, cool. Whenever I'm trying to learn something new, where do I normally give up? Oh, well, Hazik, knowing you, man, you're going to give up when something else comes along and distracts you, something else you have fun learning. Okay, that's a fair point. How else would I go wrong, Hazik? This is me looking in the mirror now. You'll usually go wrong when, you bump into a little bit of this person seems like they don't get it, like they a little slow. You'll just move on to the next person. You need to follow up better with slow people. You know what I mean? Okay, that's a valid point. All right. So what we going to do when we bump into a slow person? All right, next time you bump into a slow person, you're going to give them 5 times to say no before you start talking about how they did to you and all that. Y'all see what I'm saying? This is how I need to talk it out with myself, because I know where I'm normally going to mess up. And if I'm already ready for where I'm normally going to mess up, guess what? I can develop strategies to overcome those setbacks before they even happen. It's like having a superpower that boosts the odds of my success, because the more detailed and flexible my plan is, the easier I'm going to be able to execute it. The faster I'm going to be able to learn this new skill. Because like Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan till they get punched in the mouth. Y'all with me? Y'all with me? All right, who's ready for number 4? You ready for number 4? Let's get it. Millionaires, the last piece of this is add that accountability. Somebody say add accountability. Add accountability. Add little measurements of accountability, little doses of accountability. You know, you procrastinating, you putting in uninspired effort. Who's there standing over you like, come on, you can do this? Like, you know why we hire a personal trainer? Because we'll be in there like, oh man, I'm tired. It's the personal trainer's like, one more, let's go. You know. Do you have accountability partners? Right? What's keeping you honest when you're out here laming out? When you're improvising instead of following your plan, what nudges you back towards the plan, man? If you don't have accountability, it's way harder to get back on course when you start to lose your way. You can learn to make yourself accountable. You hear me? You can hold yourself to a higher standard of following through on what it is you say you're going to do, because standards are just your minimums. Check this out. If you want to change your life, raise your minimums. Somebody give it to me in the comments. If you want to change your life, raise your minimums. If you want to change your life, raise your minimums. Somebody give me that in the comments and then give me a share. If you want to change your life, raise your minimums. Raise your minimums. Come on, let me see it in the comments. This is important. If you want to change your life, raise your minimums. Let's go. Let's go. Raise that minimum amount of phone calls you'll allow yourself to go to sleep without making. You know, maybe right now you're saying, if I don't make one phone call a day for my business, I can't go to sleep. Well, maybe you turn that into 5. If you want to change your life, raise your minimums. Who hears me out there? If you want to change your life, raise your minimums. Give it to me in the comments. Come on. Come on. Raise your minimums. Let me see it. If you want to change your life, raise your minimums. Come on, somebody give it to me. If you want to change your life, raise your minimums. Let's go, let's go. If you want to change your life, raise your minimums. Let's get it. Raise your minimums, Sade. Raise your minimums. If you want to change your life, raise your minimums. You can learn to make yourself more accountable. You can learn to make yourself more accountable. Yeah, Wes, let them know, bro. Check this out. If you raise your minimums, if you raise your standards, right? Where now everyone's looking at you like you're the type of person who follows through and does what they say they're going to do. I'm going to tell you something. You're going to be one of those people that achieve. You're going to be one of those people that achieve, because the strongest need in human nature is for us to act in accordance with our self-image. That's the strongest need in human nature, for us to act in accordance with our self-image. That's something cool for you to type in. I know that's a deep one that has a lot of SAT words in it. When you rewind it, you'll catch it. But I'm telling you, all you need to do is cast enough votes that people around you start seeing you as this type of person, and your life is going to get way quicker in that direction. Not necessarily a good direction. You got alcoholics whose friends constantly tell them how funny they are when they drink. I'm talking about major comedians have talked about the drug addiction and the alcoholism that comes from the fact that their friends around them hold them accountable to the wrong thing. Like, oh, you ain't drunk yet, bro. Hold on, let me buy you a drink so you could be funny. Oh, man, let me buy you a little crack. You need a little crack, man, so you can loosen up, right? They hold them accountable to the exact wrong things. All I'm saying is you can change this completely around and have the people around you hold you accountable to excellence just by displaying excellence around them and getting them used to the fact that you represent excellence. All right, y'all. I hope this was helpful. You can add a bunch of, we've done whole trainings on accountability, so I won't belabor the point. Go to Millionaire Minded TV. You can watch all kinds of trainings on accountability, but you can ask a friend to check in on your progress on a weekly basis. You can join the Kaizen Academy, the whole accountability community that we have for you, where, you know, you got me right there holding your hand, walking you through it and everything. There's a whole bunch of things you can do to hold yourself more accountable and add layers of accountability. My whole goal today was just to make you put it on your value sheet. I just want to make sure that you're at least considering that something worthy of your attention. I want you to create accountability. So those were the 4 ways to learn any skill quicker and more effectively. It's affirmation time, y'all. The first one was know your why. The second one was cultivate a winning attitude. The third one was develop a roadmap. And the fourth one was add in doses of accountability. Was this helpful, y'all? Was this helpful? Give me some stars. Somebody give me some stars, man. What's up with these stars? Give me some stars. All right, this is affirmation time. Let's go. Repeat after me. Say it like you mean it. Here we go. I am so happy